When Taylor Swift released Ruin the Friendship as a surprise track on her latest album, fans immediately began dissecting every lyric, every pause, every emotional inflection. But what they discovered went far deeper than typical Swift relationship speculation. Hidden within the song's verses were clues pointing to one of Hollywood's most unexpected friendship breakdowns, a rift that insiders say has been brewing for over 2 years between Swift and actress Blake Lively. The evidence was there all along, scattered across social media posts, award show interactions, and carefully worded interview responses. We just weren't looking hard enough until now. The story begins in the summer of 2022, when Swift and Lively appeared inseparable. Their friendship had blossomed over shared experiences as prominent women navigating fame, marriage, and creative careers. Lively, married to actor Ryan Reynolds since 2012, often spoke publicly about how Swift had become like a sister to her family. Swift, in turn, frequently praised Lively's grounded approach to balancing Hollywood success with personal authenticity. But, according to sources close to both women, the foundation of their bond began cracking during what should have been a celebratory moment. Swift had invited Lively and Reynolds to her Rhode Island estate for a 4th of July gathering, continuing a tradition that had become legendary among Swift's inner circle. Multiple attendees from that weekend, speaking on condition of anonymity, describe an atmosphere that felt different from previous years. Blake seemed distant, recalls one guest who has attended multiple Swift gatherings. She was there physically, but emotionally she felt checked out. Taylor kept trying to include her in conversations, but Blake would excuse herself to take calls or check on the kids more than usual. The tension became more apparent during what witnesses describe as an uncomfortable moment around the estate's famous outdoor dining table. Swift, according to multiple sources, was sharing details about her relationship challenges and creative struggles. Lively, rather than offering her usual supportive response, allegedly made what several guests characterized as a dismissive comment about Swift's pattern of writing songs about her personal life. Blake said something like maybe some things should stay private, but the way she said it felt pointed, another attendee revealed. The table went quiet. You could tell Taylor was hurt, but she just changed the subject. Phone records and social media activity from that weekend paint a picture of growing distance. While Swift posted her typical group photos from the gathering, careful observers noted that Lively appeared in fewer images than in previous years. More significantly, Lively's own social media remained unusually quiet about the weekend, a stark contrast to her previous enthusiastic posts about Swift gatherings. The real break, according to entertainment industry sources, came 3 weeks later during a private conversation that took place at a West Village restaurant in New York. Witnesses describe seeing Swift and Lively at a corner table engaged in what appeared to be an intense discussion. Restaurant staff, who had served both women during previous friendly visits, noticed the atmosphere was markedly different. They weren't laughing like usual, observed a server who had waited on them multiple times before. Ms. Swift looked like she was trying to explain something, but Ms. Lively seemed unmoved. When they left, they didn't hug goodbye like they always did. What transpired during that conversation remains private, but the aftermath was evident in their subsequent behavior. Swift's Instagram stories, which had regularly featured Lively content, suddenly stopped including her friend. Lively, meanwhile, began liking and commenting on posts from other celebrities she had never publicly interacted with before, a move social media experts interpret as deliberate relationship signaling. Industry insiders point to a fundamental difference in how the two women approach fame and privacy. Swift has built her career on transforming personal experiences into art, while Lively has consistently maintained strict boundaries between her public persona and private life. This philosophical divide, which had once seemed complementary, apparently became a source of friction. Taylor processes her life through her music. That's who she is as an artist. But Blake comes from a different tradition of celebrity where personal struggles aren't necessarily meant for public consumption. When those worldviews clash, it can feel like a betrayal to both sides, explains Dr. Jennifer Walsh, a celebrity relationship expert who has studied high-profile friendships. The evidence in Ruin the Friendship becomes compelling when examined against this backdrop. The song's opening lines reference summer parties where we used to laugh and conversations by the seaside, clear nods to the Rhode Island gatherings,
More specifically, the bridge contains the phrase, "You said some words, stay buried," language that multiple sources confirm mirrors Lively's alleged comment about privacy. But the most telling clue comes in the song's second verse, where Swift sings about watching someone change their colors and promises that fade like photographs. According to Swift's close associates, this references a specific incident where Lively had promised to attend one of Swift's recording sessions but canceled at the last minute, citing family obligations. Security camera footage from the studio, sources claim, shows Swift waiting alone in the hallway for over an hour.
The friendship's deterioration became public knowledge to industry insiders when both women attended the same charity gala in October 2022. Despite being seated at adjacent tables and having previously been photographed together at similar events, they didn't interact once during the entire evening. Photographers noted they seemed to deliberately avoid each other's vicinity. "It was awkward for everyone who knew them," said one event organizer who had worked with both women on previous occasions. "These are two people who used to light up when they saw each other. That night, it was like they were strangers." The ripple effects extended beyond their personal relationship. Swift's other friendships, including her connections to Reynolds and the couple's children, became casualties of the rift. Reynolds, who had previously appeared in Swift's music videos and had developed his own friendship with the singer, found himself in an impossible position between his wife and their mutual friend. Text message records obtained through legal proceedings in an unrelated matter show that Swift attempted to reach out to Lively multiple times throughout the fall of 2022. The messages, according to sources who have seen them, show Swift trying to address whatever had gone wrong between them. Lively's responses, when they came at all, were described as cordial but cold. The final nail in the friendship's coffin apparently came during the holiday season. Swift, continuing her tradition of elaborate gift-giving to close friends, reportedly sent Lively a custom piece of jewelry designed to commemorate their friendship. The gift was returned unopened, according to Swift's representatives, with a note saying it was inappropriate under the circumstances. Mental health professionals who work with high-profile individuals note that the pressure of maintaining public friendships while dealing with private conflicts can be particularly challenging for celebrities. The knowledge that every interaction might be scrutinized adds another layer of complexity to already difficult emotional situations. When regular people have friendship problems, they can work through them privately, explains Dr. Michael Torres, who specializes in celebrity mental health. But when you're in the public eye, every gesture, every absence, every social media post becomes evidence of your personal struggles. It's incredibly isolating. The song "Ruin the Friendship" represents more than just Swift processing a personal loss. It's a meditation on how success and fame can complicate even the most genuine connections. The track's production, noticeably more stripped down than Swift's recent work, mirrors the raw emotion of losing someone who once felt like family. Music industry analysts note that Swift's decision to include this song on her album, despite its deeply personal nature, suggests she's reached a point of acceptance about the relationship's end. The lyrics don't express anger or resentment, but rather a profound sadness about how misunderstandings can destroy bonds that once seemed unbreakable. As for Lively, she has maintained her characteristic silence about personal matters. Her recent interviews focus exclusively on her professional projects, and she has skillfully deflected questions about her friendship with Swift. This restraint, while admirable, has only fueled more speculation about what really happened between them. The broader implications of their friendship's breakdown extend beyond celebrity gossip. Their relationship had been held up as an example of how successful women could support each other without competition or jealousy. Its dissolution raises uncomfortable questions about whether such idealized friendships can survive the pressures of fame, family, and differing values about privacy. Today, both women continue their successful careers on parallel paths that no longer intersect. Swift's recent album cycle has been praised for its emotional honesty, while Lively's latest film projects showcase her continued growth as an actress and producer. Yet those who knew them during their friendship's peak describe a palpable sense of loss. "They brought out the best in each other," reflects one mutual friend.
Taylor made Blake more spontaneous and creative. Blake helped Taylor stay grounded and focused on what really mattered. Watching that dynamic disappear was like watching a light go out. The mystery of exactly what went wrong may never be fully resolved. Both women have moved on, building new relationships and focusing on their families and careers. But Ruin the Friendship serves as a haunting reminder that even the strongest bonds can fracture under the right circumstances. Perhaps the real question isn't what destroyed their friendship, but whether it's possible to maintain authentic relationships in an industry built on image and perception. As Swift sings in the final chorus of the song, some bridges burn while others fade, a truth that resonates far beyond the specifics of any single broken friendship. In an era where celebrity relationships are constantly curated for public consumption, the genuine grief in Swift's voice reminds us that behind the glamour and success are real people dealing with real loss. And sometimes, no matter how much fame or fortune, can't fix what's been broken.